Welcome to another episode of Media Literacy Lecture Series. Today we are going to discuss about how media can play a role in supplementing all the stakeholders' efforts to enhance the Sustainable Development Goals target. And as we are all aware that there are many development goals, 17 goals, international agencies have proposed and all the member countries have agreed to achieve the stated target by 2030. There are varied levels of SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, and talks about health, education, gender equality, environment, clean energy, freedom of expression. And within that 17 goals, there are hundreds of targets. And this particular episode, we are going to talk about how media, and in particular media literacy, can play a major role in achieving those SDG targets by 2030 and beyond that. So that's one of the core area of media information literacy. Empowerment. And this is, we have already discussed in the earlier one of the episode, this is individuals gaining a power to control their decision making. And that talks about individual. Media literacy always aims for empowering individuals, whereas SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, talk about individuals as well as community groups, nation as a whole, and global community. So global level, upgrading the standards of human society is a target of the stated goals of SDG, 17 goals. And media literacy also talking about empowerment of individuals, community, and groups. Now let us understand how these two can go together, not necessarily in all the stated goals and targets, but certain specific area, definitely there's a direct link. And of course, another area, there are indirect links also available to play a role in enhancing the productivity, dialogue, and giving a more scope for participation. So that's our focus of this episode. Let us recap the basic concept of media literacy, then we'll jump into the SDG, then we'll talk about media role in SDG, then we'll talk about media literacy and SDG. And this is the 11th episode. We have discussed various dimensions of media literacy. Let us recap what is the media literacy is about. And media literacy is one of the required life skill of 21st century. It empowers people to be both critical thinkers and creative producers because of the social media and other platform where the production, streaming, sharing, everything is possible. And it is a skillful application for literacy skills to media and technological messages to interpretation and understanding clarity and all. And the technology always plays a role, very productive role for improvement of social standards and transform the society into betterment of art. And impact of making media literacy is essential life skill for 21st century. Many stakeholders are taking efforts to propagate media literacy in the schools, in the colleges, and other informal and formal and non-formal settings, and different wayouts is being taken out to promote. This is a platform. As we've discussed in many earlier episodes about that, the information system and media is so powerful and prevalent, connected with individuals in large scale and entangled with our regular activities. So it's a very, very essential skills for easy interaction with the media and information system for our personal growth as well as the professional growth. Actually, what is the media literacy? A little bit of recap is that it's a set of skills, knowledge and abilities to understand the media system, how it's creating content, how to make a new meaning out of the media product is being displayed to us. And it's a kind of effort to create awareness about personal media usage, and it enhances the critical thinking, and that can be applied to the media messages for better understanding and to appreciate the media. So this is a broad overall understanding of media literacy. But all the activities of promotion, interaction, understanding the media content can be classified into 4 broad area of the media literacy. These are considered as the pillars of media literacy. And it's access, analyze, evaluate, and produce communication. These are the 4 pillars in which all the discussion, debate about media literacy can be categorized. Accessing the right information and authenticating that information and analyze those information critically and evaluate for your usage or betterment of others, and also able to create new content and share it with others. So this is a broad 4 categories of functionality of media and information literacy. And let us understand about how these 4 pillars of media literacy can contribute to the social benefit. And remember that media is a process in which the content are reconstructed. It's a real or fantasy or a series or films or whatever, journalism, newspaper, magazines, everything are reconstructed. It's a construction of meaning making. That's what media always does that. And because that's a process in which they'll combine signs, symbols, language, composition, music, silence. Everything is being used in order to convey certain message. And remember that during the construction of messages, and a lot of meanings are embedded. Agenda is being incorporated. They wanted to target somebody with the desired changes. So many behind the scene works happens in order to create the content that's more powerful, and not only to reach the audience, but also they try to expect some kind of results out of the messages. So construction happens very carefully and consciously with a lot of planning and executions. There are a lot of scope for incorporating stereotypes, biasness, subjectivity, and manipulations. Many things happens, but that goes very subtle manner. We may not be able to understand that. And that whole process, they'll try to convey certain values, maybe positive, maybe negative, and a lot of point of views. That's what they want to, because the powerful institutions, they use the communication system to reach out to the large sections of the people to manipulate their opinion in favor of their stand. So that's a normal routine work. And as an audience, we have to be very careful about how media works in that manner. And media is very powerful and profit-oriented, largely profit-oriented. So for the sake of profit, they'll try to use all sort of creativity and while creating content, not only creating, constructing the content. And if we divide the media literacy into applications in the social sector and the social level, and there are 2 things about the civic issues and economic issues, that media plays a crucial role in politics. And similarly, we said earlier, it's a profit-oriented business, and they influence advertising on consumer choices, because the media plays a role between audience and the sponsors, advertising sponsors, because media attracts the attention of all the eyeballs, and they will hand over the eyeballs to the advertisers, because the advertisers is a win-win situation, and easily they'll reach out to the large number of people. That's why they're paying the money to the media. So it's a social level. It plays with the politics, media. It plays with the advertising influence and everything. So media literacy helps us to control the public opinion process and marketing strategies. Secondly, on the health front, and a lot of informations are bombarded, and maybe we are accessing that. Advertising, it's a kind of promotional content, not necessarily consumer goods, as well as well-being. And we have to be more careful about that. If the media literacy helps, then you can interpret, understand the material messages very carefully. And in the library level, that's how the fundamental pillar of media literacy plays a role, accessing the right information. So information literacy is very crucial in order to make use of media literacy as a holistic approach for better understanding of the media system. Let us understand now that's about media literacy. Let's understand about what actually this SDG is trying to achieve by 2030. And these are Sustainable Development Goals, and being declared by the UN system by 2017, And there are many conventions, declarations, 17, around 15 to 17 period declarations, and they are trying to affirm the human rights to the freedom of expression. And these are broad area in which they are trying to target goals. Those human rights particularly emphasized in the SDGs are right to press freedom, right to seek, right to receive, right to impart information. This is not all about SDG, but SDGs partly talk about these human rights values. If you look at the media literacy, they are trying to propagate the fundamental freedom and analyze, seek, evaluate, and express, produce. So all revolves around the fundamental rights incorporated in a SDG. You can see the clear-cut link between the media literacy stated goals and what SDG wanted to achieve that. Fundamental freedom, responsibility, and seeking information and expressing opinion in a public platform. And broadly, it depends upon the SDG goals. If we go in depth in a different target areas, their stated goal is very simple. Government alone can't achieve all the targets. Multinational agency alone can't do that. Corporates only can't do that. And people themselves alone, they can't do that. It's a participation of various stakeholders in a different SDG level, stated level. So participation is very crucial. And how do we make participation meaningful in a larger scale? Only through communication platform. And communication platform requires certain skills and competencies to negotiate the meaning as well as to participate. And media literacy talks about understanding the media, participating in the media also. So expectation of SDG is of a participation of people. And media literacy encourages the participation of individuals through media system. So there's another level of relevance between SDG and media literacy. In order to make people more participate, it requires free flow of information and knowledge, freedom of expression, which is guaranteed in many countries, including in Indian context, and constitutionally it's being guaranteed. And the free flow of information depends upon how freedom of expression is being practiced in all the media platforms, not necessarily the legacy media, mainstream media, but still in other messaging platform like WhatsApp and other areas, social media, internet. So every media platform should enjoy the constitutionally guaranteed freedom of expression. So that is the requirement for free flow of information. Free flow of information is a fundamental for participation in a democratic process. Participation can be meaningful if the individuals knows the competency and skills of handling the communication information system. So you can see the lot of chronological interlinking between the democratic values, human living standards improvement, and the participation and media usage. All are connected with some set of skills and competencies. That's what the media literacy is advocating that. So now this is the expectation of SDG: participation, freedom of expression, free flow, right to express, right to seek, right to evaluate, everything that. What media can play a role? Media is not a new in the SDG. SDG is there for last 10 years, 15 to 2025. But whereas historically, if you look at that, media is more than 400 years old. And they might have done a lot of work in the human development sector. But unfortunately, as we said earlier also, the media system largely profit-oriented, business-oriented. So for the sake of profit, which sector is more demanding, they'll cater to those areas: violence, politics, crime, and similar to that. And that's why many scholars are very critical about the media's role in developmental sector. Let us understand what media can do about SDGs, and then we'll go to the media literacy, because mainstream media and media literacy. Media literacy is basically the individual's effort through media for the society. So media is a free and pluralistic, independent platform. Basically, that's what the constitution is being guaranteed, and that provides a meaningful and socially responsible journalism practices, watchdog, gatekeeping. All these plays a crucial role. Remember that media is a fourth pillar of democracy, And media is capable, and engaged media actors can provide robust forum for public debate. Remember that SDG is talking about development, talking about improvement of human living conditions, and media can't play a role directly. Of course, it can't provide the health services, it can't provide the learning process. There's an institution, schools and hospitals, health professionals are involved. Then what is the media's role in that? So media role primarily is creating a dialogue between the end users and service provider. There are gaps, there are issues between the user and the service providers, and that can be resolved through dialogue, and dialogue can be through public platform, and media can be a platform for public debate. So this is what we require from the media to play a crucial role in enhancing the understanding about the local issues for better solution. And media encourages the participation of marginalized people and those living in poverty. Media plays supposed to play a crucial role in catering to the all sections of the society, not necessarily only the people who are the economic power, purchasing power. But in reality, if you look at that, public debate on developmental, on social issues, very limited, and media always centered to the power. Wherever power is there, they're close to that, and media always connected to the section which has a more economic power, because they have to take a profit from the audience by selling their time and space with the advertisers. So this is the expectation and reality of media's role in SDG. And the media also equally it has the ability to fulfill their potential in developmental part, and providing the better access to the information about the local issues, all the required information about community and society. And another crucial part, media encompasses everything, not necessarily the television, radio, newspaper. The media information system includes the technology. In the couple of slides back, we said that technology plays a crucial role in social transformation. ICT, information and knowledge system, is very crucial. The last 2-3 decades that provided substantial changes in the social interactions. But remember that all these sections of the society may not have equal access to the technological platform. There are variations in terms of gender, income, education, location, etc. That variation comes in terms of access, in terms of having right information, in terms of understanding the content and the participation. So what happened that there is an existing inequality in the society in terms of these kind of social determinants, and those sections goes to the online. That inequality is transferred to online platform. The social inequality become a digital inequality, and that's not a technical problem, that's a social problem. And those having a better connectivity, those having a better education, they'll try to get more benefits from the technology, and those are not having that much skills and competency may not be able to use the platform. They may have a smartphone with a 24/7 internet connectivity, but doesn't know how to use those facilities for their personal benefit because of lacking the skills and competencies. So this is another crisis with the real world system, and media is supposed to play a crucial role in providing a diversity, because we need plural voices, multiple voices required in order to make a meaningful opinions. And it's creating appropriate environment, economic environment, incentives, because the government or other stakeholders should provide to the platform that encourages the diversity, because diversity only we can incorporate all the stakeholders, marginalized sections and vulnerable sections group, people living in the poverty. Those people, how can they come to the public space? And that's one of the crucial debate always centers around the media's role in SDG. And equally, media is supposed to play a crucial role in providing equal access to women, men in media ownership and decision-making process. And in general, media is a male-dominated world, so automatically the point of views which are constructed to the media-making process, it reflects the dominant group that controls the media. It gets reflected and goes back to the society. This is a drawback. That's why the stereotypes and biasness strengthen day by day. And the media is supposed to play a crucial role in covering for gender equality, and that is very crucial for the integral part of the development. And another important point is media programs. Media is supposed to promote the programs for media and information literacy, competency among all the citizens, not necessarily children and youth, because the population dividend always it favors in terms of the young population, particularly for the country like India. But media literacy should go beyond that, should encompass all the sections of the society. And the media is supposed to play a crucial role to help the people to find, evaluate, and use the information and create and express their information opinion in a more meaningful manner, particularly in the developmental debate and context. That's very crucial. And let's come back to our core area of what so far we have discussed about SDG, because that needs people's participation. Participation can be guaranteed if the information flows freely. Information can be flow freely provided the freedom of expression that. So some extent we can understand the reality in the social sector. And then we discussed about the media, what media can do. Profit oriented, largely 2 to 3% of the space and time is devoted for debate, and not maintaining the plural diversity, and more into the profit, more into the economically powerful people, and center around the politically powerful people. And there are a lot of issues with the stereotype and bias. That's the reality. And I said media is not a new one. They have 300, 400 years of history, and developmental issues also we are facing day-to-day affairs. And there is a mismatch of functionality between media and society and developmental. So now the SDG ask for participation, because the target goals can be achieved if more people participate rather than just government and other stakeholders. The participation can be more powerful if large sections of people goes to public via media and communication system. And the participation is linked with one of the 4 pillars of the media literacy, that's the production. Access, analyze, evaluate, find that individual people can maintain the functionality for their personal benefit. But producing the content, actually they are largely we never do for ourselves, but largely we produce the content for the public platform. But that's not about our individual, but that should be something about civic conditions and non-political issues or political issues. So the participation enhance the empowerment of individuals, might lead to better debate in the public platform. It might lead to the better solution that can be translated into reality through various stakeholders' participation. So in the media literacy, what media literacy can play a role in the SDG? Couple of SDG we can discuss in this episode itself. These are very crucial, directly linked with the SDG, media literacy and SDG. The SDG goal number 3 talks about good health and well-being, and that talks about the issues of health issues in the social reality, lack of infrastructure, inadequate health resources that can be addressed if health literacy is being enhanced, media literacy is enhanced. Health communication is not a standalone process, rather it's a holistic approach in which communication system works with the stakeholders. For example, if there is one health crisis happens, and health professional knows about the do's and don'ts, because the prevention is very crucial and treatment is a later stage. The prevention can be done provided the individuals have the knowledge about the disease or crisis. The health professional can reach out to a large number of people. How can they do that? They can do it through media only, through the communication only. So that media should play a role to take the information from health to the larger sections of that, or to connect the health professional with the larger sections. That's how the relevant health information can go to larger sections, provided if the society are well aware about the media and well aware about how to access health information, the prevention can be more easily. That reduces the stress the public sector faces while dealing with the crisis and all. Particularly talking about the prevention part, prevention largely deals with the behavioral change. Media and information system plays a very crucial to change the behavior over the course of time, because behavior doesn't change in overnight. It takes longer time. It convincing and then practicing sustained manner needs to be reminded the individuals about the behavioral change. Media and health literacy can play a role. Media, individuals, and literary point can do that part. The next important point is digital literacy and education. Media can play an important role for enhancing the students' learning ability to deal with the media and information sector, to extract the information, evaluate that, and the ability to participate for better understanding among the peer group or larger group. And younger population needs a skill development. Media can play a role, and media can play a role. Media literacy can play a much more better role in order to reach out to the largest sections of the people in the shortest possible time. That's what the government, all the government wants to. Cross enrollment ratio can be improved if the technology is being used appropriately to reach out to the larger people. But in order to use the technology, individual users need to know how to use the technology part. The last point of the presentation is about gender inequality. There are stereotypes, male-dominated media system that needs to be equated, that can be equated with more meaningful participation of individuals through various participative platforms. So this is about the media literacy and sustainable development goals. They're all linked with the empowerment. Thank you.